Okay. Welcome back to Metal Heroes Review, episode number 24. This one discussing episodes 38 to 40 of Space Sheriff Shriven. Yeah, 38 is kind of an interesting one where the B plot is simply trying to kill Shriven, but it's basically Ryder, who is the supernatural guy. He's trying to basically. Okay. Yeah, he's trying to basically try and launch. I think he's planting seeds for either Dr. Plotter or General Geyer. Throw with old Demon King Psycho. And the whole episode, he's manipulating both of them. Geyer basically takes initiative to go against a plan that was basically approved by Dr. Plotter and go on his own. He gets suspended for it, just like Ryder did for suspended for notice. Yep. And so basically he goes to his room, gets drunk. First time we've seen General Geyer's room, he gets drunk. And by the way, it's seen before he starts drinking that Ryder spiked his drink. So he got freaking drunk, started ranting and raving about, the only reason we take order, the only reason we listen to Dr. Plotter because she's a woman. And Dr. Tucker's like, really? Are you that stupid? Trapdoor. I'm like, trapdoor? Like, what is this? Return of the Jedi? Yes, as a matter of fact, the show came out the same year as Return of the Jedi. I'm sure probably people made the movie must have saw that trapdoor. Like, okay, let's throw that in. Put him in the dungeon. He frees himself, tries to attack the Plotter, and now apparently he is a chair. Yes, General Geyer was made into a chair to be supposedly the heir to Demon King Psycho. You're Dr. Plotter, or it's basically Ryder. Ryder has not been returned to service yet, but and of course Dr. Plotter is there. Yep. But I gotta admit, that was actually a really good idea, basically. It's like the villain portion was more interesting than the main portion. The 39th episode, it's a bit of backstory of a little bit more character development for... Yeah, it's a bit of backstory for Helen. By the way, Helen is actually not seen 38. Not really, per se. Actually, she's basically trained for war. She actually was absent for 37. But she's in 38 and she's in 39. I don't think she's in 40, if I remember correctly. No, she isn't. So, in this episode, we've revealed that apparently there was this doll that's connected to Helen, which is interesting to say the least. I like the fact we focus on Helen. So, that's all 39 was, a character piece for her. And 40, this has been an interesting one, where Shriven basically goes to his he does his commission roughly 10 minutes of the episode. Then, of course, basically, it goes in 10 minutes in, and instead of dragging the roar, immediately, he proceeds to go to various places. He already has Marsak out, which needs to free him from being trapped. Now, this episode partially seems like it's ripping off James Bond here. Let's have these Spike turn try to basically shred the motorcycle. I'm like, wait, is this similar to DB5? Yeah, it's like this episode rips off gadgets from James Bond. You want another James reference here? How about basically him being strapped to a table, this time across, and having a laser fired at him? Though it's not trying to slice him in half like it was in Goldfinger. This is quite strange, though. So in episode 38, we have a small reference to Return of the Jedi, and 40 references to Goldfinger. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. But it was definitely an interesting episode. Yep. And of course, a plotter. I'm surprised, basically, you see the Shriven who basically has Lily. He's like, hey, Dr. Plotter. Yeah. I know we're enemies, but you are hot. You're a hot woman. And she'd be like, oh, thank you. Also, you got a nice rack, too. Yeah, there's no denying Dr. Plotter, the actress who plays her, is hot. This woman, yes, this was 40 years ago, but damn. What a hot lady she is. Yeah, definitely. And, of course, basically, Shriven is freed. Battles monster the episode. Oh, I remember 38. It was actually, I'm trying to remember. It was I think it wasn't actually no 40 was the earthquake episode. Yes, yeah. This is the earthquake. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought this was kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's basically the earthquake episode, which is strange that we have an episode for an earthquake. Yes, seriously. It's all about prophecy stuff, and then he gets caught up in. Actually, I happen to think it was like 30. I'm trying to remember what it was, and it was wasn't 30. I think it may have been 39. Was the earthquake episode? Yeah, where this prophet basically was trying to spoil everything related to the main character. Mm-hmm. Actually, I think it caused a panic. Not the main character per se, more like, well, it's more like how should I put this? Basically, he was trying to try to cause a panic for the public. Yeah, that's mostly put basically what he was doing here. Yep. But these were definitely really good episodes. Personally, I just thoroughly enjoy them. Mm-hmm. Yep. And also, yeah, not much else to say. This episode is really good. Okay, so that's episode review. Next up is going to be, well, welcome to Divas Grammar Con. Okay, next video. Bye.